Hey everyone, my name's Andy. My channel is Finding Value. If you like making money, subscribe to the channel. We talk a lot about commodities and undervalued financial opportunities. And if that's something that interests you, I would definitely subscribe and join our community. So we're going to go over gold and silver today. A lot of positive developments. We got some momentum to the upside. I know some people on the channel think that we are going to trade sideways up till about the beginning of June. To me, it looks like we are strengthening here. I don't know if we're going to wait that long, but I'm invested. I'm holding on. That's what I'm doing. And I'm not really, I've been adding shares to some of my favorite gold and silver companies over this pullback, and I've been holding on. So that's what I'm doing. So let's jump in here. I'll show you what I've got on the charts. So I've got gold goes boom, gold making some noise as the miners break out of their downtrends. Pop, pop, boom is the name of breaking downtrends. Let's look at prices, ratios, ETFs, individual stocks, etc. What have I purchased already? I know some people always want to know that. Again, this is not financial advice, but financial education and the statements of what I am doing myself. So first, I'm going to look at the 10-year Treasury yield. Yields are falling. It is a very large drop here over the past 3 days. So this is all interconnected. At least that's what I think. And the 10-year is definitely declining backwards. It's pulling back in yields. Conversely, when you pull back in yields, you should see strengthening in bonds. Here's the 20-year Treasury bond, and you can see this guy bouncing off a bottom, moving on up. I talked in a clip or two ago about Treasury bonds sometimes linking up with the price of gold. I think that's what's happening now, and we can see that in the strengthening bond price and the weakening yield. Here is tips. Again, tips and bonds, or tips and gold trade very similarly. You can see since August of last year, we've got this sideways action. It did pull up a little bit and then came back down. Now we're heading on up quite strongly. That's going to bode well, I think, for gold and silver. Here's the US dollar. The dollar is definitely tanking. We had a short little pause, and it is resuming its downtrend. Looks like this little uptrend is broken to the downside. I see this thing continuing to head lower over the long period of time. That means it's inflationary. So here's GLD. I'm using this just as a proxy of gold. I don't actually trade in GLD or SLV. I'm just using it since the markets, I had done this before the market is closed, but you can tell we've got a nice big surge higher up in gold. So that's looking good. Silver is following suit. That is also looking good. When looking at the chart, usually when you come out of these, this is a pullback. This is the Elliott wave theory. I'm trying to combine everything here. This is wave, an ABC correction. Here's the C. We pulled on up here, and then we went into another correction. And I think, are coming out. We broke this downtrend here, and we're coming out to the upside of this downtrend. So that's very good. One thing I like to look at is ratios. You guys know my ratios, those who are on the channel. Looking at the ratios, this is XAU, the gold and silver index, with respect to the price of gold itself. So what I suspect and what I expect going forward is that the gold and silver index will outperform gold. It will tell us where we are in the cycle. Right now, we've got very close to a breakout of XAU to gold to the upside. What does that mean? It means that the gold and silver index is going to outperform gold itself, and that the gold and silver companies and mining companies in the index is where we want to be, because we're going to see probably a large move to the upside. I'm very excited about this. This ratio is telling us the outperformance. Don't worry about this little down move here. This is basically the move here, and we're heading on up very soon. SILJ is looking good. Nice big update today, 5%. Still haven't broken, well, you could say we broke this downtrend right here to the upside. If you draw it through here and you cut off these guys right here, so you cut it off, we broke to the upside. So this is signaling higher prices, we may see 1 or 2 small down days going sideways, and then we'll see what happens after that. Because usually we get these big up days and then we get a little like 1 or 2 day sell off and it just stair steps higher. This is a clean break on GDX. Clean break here. We've got higher lows stepping up into this downtrend line, and we finally broke the downtrend line. So that's positive momentum there. I think everything's looking fantastic. GDXJ, same picture there. Break to the upside. Now what about wheat and precious metals? It's working on it. It's right there, ready to break into the upside, I think. If you see GDX and GDXJ and all these other ones breaking to the upside, I have no reason that wheat and precious metals wouldn't break to the upside. You can also see low, higher low, higher low. It's stepping right up into it. It'll break through it. Here's GOLD, Barrick Gold. Nice big move up. This is what I want to see. I want to see large, big up candlestick days showing strength, power, momentum. It's showing everything. So this is looking fantastic. Newmont, does that look like a break to you? It sure does to me. Broke to the upside on nice big momentum candlestick. Here's First Majestic. We're still kind of chopping sideways. It may have some more chopping sideways to do before we move on up. Maybe not. Same with EXK. EXK is kind of chopping sideways. We had a pretty decent up day, but it doesn't look like it's ready from a launch. This doesn't look like a launching pad to me, at least looking at these charts right here. They could move up, but a launching pad looks more like this down here. You get this tail on it, like a little tail. You get a nice big up day, and then it launches from that, and then a sideways consolidation pattern, and then a launch up. This to me looks very, very strong, that chart pattern. This exhibits that same strong chart pattern. The first move is you come up, you come back, it's a higher low, and then you launch. So that looks very good. But a lot of these chart patterns, that's all I've got. A lot of these chart patterns look very strong. They look like they're ready to move to the upside. That's what it looks like to me. I would just be holding on. And if you haven't purchase what you want and hold. I don't expect to see this huge sell-off. I think looking at the yields, declining yields, increasing bonds, I think it's all correlated together there. Maybe this is more of a risk-on play or a risk-off play. I mean, perhaps that's what's going on. But money's rotating in. I think we're going to see a move on up. If you guys like this content, give me a thumbs up. Appreciate you guys listening. This is Finding Value.